Hey guys, Grant here with the AMZ Affiliate Bootcamp. In this lesson, we will be showing you the step-by-step instructions to write a high-quality article yourself. And if writing isn't your thing, no worries. In lessons 8, 9, and 10, Tung and I have got you covered. There we'll talk about 3 different ways to hire writers to write the content for your Amazon affiliate website if you want to go that route. And even if you do, this lesson is still important because you'll want to understand the foundation of a quality article. So let's quickly review the requirements that you need to have to be able to write articles yourself. Number 1, you must be able to write clear posts and articles as a native English speaker. Number 2, you must either know your topic really well or be very interested in it and willing to do a lot of research. Now, if those don't sound like you, as you go through this lesson, think about it more as training about how to oversee your content writing team to help them do good content, which you'll be learning more about in the next lessons. If you're going to be writing your own content, it can be done in a very easy way or a hard way that requires lots of inspiration and is done sporadically, but don't worry, we're going to make it really easy for you and systematic. Because you can write a high quality article in just 5 steps. Here they are. Number 1, research your niche and brainstorm ideas. Number 2, create your title. Number 3, create your outline. Number 4, write a first draft. Number 5, review, improve, edit, proofread. Pretty simple, right? Now let's take a closer look at how to actually do each of these 5 steps, and you'll be on your way to producing world-class content in no time. The best place to start is to search Google using the main topic keyword. Say, for example, that you're going to be writing about the paleo diet. First, just Google paleo diet and find the top 10 posts and read them all. And yes, I mean read all of them. Pay attention to those with high quality writing. Find more content that they have on the same topic by using the advanced search operator, quote, site, domain.com, whatever the domain is, keyword, end of quote, to limit your search to a specific website. For example, during research, we found a very good article about, quote, the beginner's guide to paleo fitness on nerdfitness.com. Then we could search for more articles on the topic from the site by Googling, quote, site, nerdfitness.com, space paleo diet, end of quotes, and check out all the results that come up. Copy and paste pieces of good information into a separate document. Save the links to the posts and resources you'd like to reference. Save some pictures that you want to include in your posts, and notate your own ideas and thoughts. You should end up with a document full of copy-pasted information, which are links to resources, images, and of course your own thoughts. And now keep in mind, we're not doing plagiarism. And now I know what you're thinking. This sounds like plagiarism, right? No, it's not. This is not what we're suggesting. This is just purely for your research and saving things for later reference. Remember that not all content you find on the web is equal. Some is much more credible than others, and you want to understand the good stuff, so you yourself sound like you know what you're talking about. So you can add credibility by reading and citing research studies. If you'll remember, there are easy ways to find these kinds of studies. All you have to do is simply add the word research or the word study to your keyword and see what you can find on the first page of Google. Repeat this process a few times with different keywords, and you'll have enough research for writing a quality article. Your second step is to create the title or headline for your article. A great headline increases the chances that your visitor will read the article. Remember the email marketing kind of analogy. Research shows that 8 out of 10 visitors will read your headline, but only 2 out of 10 will read the whole article. You can beat that average with great headlines. Go to the resources section and use our headline swipe copy to create killer headlines. We make it really, really easy for you. When you've got some possible headlines, run them through this headline analyzer tool. Use a headline with a score of 65 or more. Once you have your article title and your research notes, the next step is to create an outline. Creating an outline saves you a ton of time. Without an outline, you might get stuck or get writer's block, or you might kind of wander off topic as you start to write. A well-organized article is easier and quicker to write if you outline from the get-go. It's also more interesting for your reader, so they'll stay longer and it's more motivating. They're more likely to, again, take your advice and click that affiliate link if there's a natural flow to it. The 3 main elements of any article are the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Now, we call this a method of tell them what you're going to say it, and then remind them what you've said. Now, that might sound a little bit redundant, but it's actually the best practice of content creation. It helps make things very, very clear and helps remind people of the key outcomes that they should have learned from your articles. We've actually created a bunch of outlines for you, so we've already done half the work. Just pick up a content template from our resources section and make sure it matches your keyword topic, and then copy the outline and make it specific to your topic. And boom, you're done. To make it specific, develop headlines and subheadlines. Plan to write a few sentences under each heading and also under each subheading, and be sure to include the most interesting and important ideas from your notes file. But don't plagiarize, write them in your own words. Now, this step can be kind of a hang-up, so I want you to do this step quickly. Don't get caught up into it. It doesn't need to be perfect. You may miss some details, but no blog post is perfect, and you can always go back and improve it later if necessary. Now it's time to write the first draft. Fill in details of your outline and write 1 to 3 paragraphs beneath each point. If you have more to say, make it longer. Include everything that you want to say. It's best if you write the words and keep going without worrying too much about grammar and spelling at this stage. Focus on ideas and you can fix the rest later. Next, you're going to reread the article, fixing any errors that you see as you go. And then you're going to reread it again, asking, does each paragraph make sense? If it does, great. If not, rewrite or expand the paragraph so that it will be clear to any reader. Read it a third time, looking for strong points and emphasizing them. If a point is weak or seems irrelevant, just remove it. One great trick about strengthening points in your articles is to add relevant facts or additional citations of studies and resources. Next, make an editing pass. Read it for flow and for clarity. Reading it aloud is actually a great idea as well because writing that sounds good verbally is good and oftentimes will help you catch mistakes that you'll glance over and not catch if you're just reading silently. Now, go through each sentence by sentence to make sure everything is super clear. This is called a line edit and it's the second to last step. Finally, read it one more time to fix grammar, spelling, and punctuation. This is the final step called proof editing. We'll cover it in full later in this module in Lesson 11. At this point, your article is good to go. Now, as you can see, that was a lot of different times of passing through the same material over and over again. Now, imagine doing that 50 times, and then you can see the genuine workload associated with doing this yourself. That's not to say you have to hire a content writer, but it's really good to know what the workload is that you're putting in front of yourself if you plan to write everything yourself. Okay, now you're ready to write. You may not feel ready, especially if you're thinking of writing 50 different articles. It seems kind of overwhelming, right? Like, oh my gosh, I don't have 50 ideas and this is going to take forever. Chunk it up. Think about one article at a time and then break it down into a series of very small, digestible steps. Follow the steps that we laid out in this lesson one by one. Each one, takes less than an hour, tops. Some of them are like less than 5 minutes. And be sure to use the tools in the resource center of this module. Writing this way and tackling any big project this way, step by step, bit by bit, is actually pretty easy, and it can even feel a little bit fun as you check the boxes and make great progress. Stay tuned for the next lessons as we dive into hiring people to support your content writing.